I met with a potential new client today and I made her cry. And I made her cry because I cared enough about her to give her information that was going to help her. I didn't even offer to represent her, primarily because her case was geographically too far away for the value of the case for us. But this lady had gone to probably, she said, 50 different lawyers in her area, and she didn't understand why none of them would represent her. And this is a workers' compensation case. Virginia Workers' Compensation Commission is hard to understand. It's hard to navigate through. It's hard for lawyers to get through the system and to do all the right things and to follow all the right rules. You have to know them. You have to do it enough to understand what needs to be done in order to prepare and present a case. And this lady just didn't know or understand what needed to happen in order to prepare and present her case. And we couldn't do it because geographically it just didn't make sense for us to go do it. But of all of those 50 lawyers that she talked to, not a single one of them explained to her what benefits she's entitled to under the Workers' Compensation Act. And that's just a shame to me. I don't understand how someone can meet with a potential client, evaluate the case, and then decline the case without ever caring enough about the person to explain what they are and are not entitled to. So I sat there and I talked to this client. It was a Zoom meeting. It wasn't in person, but I took the time to go through each and every benefit that the Workers' Compensation Act allows for people to have in these types of cases. But not only that, I told her, we can't represent you because we're too far away, but let me give you some advice on how to present your case when you get to your hearing. So I told her things like, you've got to have your medical records designation done. You've got to have it organized chronologically. You got to list everything out. Don't include certain records that the commission doesn't want to have. Include these other records that the commission does want to have, and make sure that you are able and ready to tell your story about how your injury arose from the course and scope of employment that you had. And all of that, I told her how to do all of that, what the issues were, practically how to present the case. I told her about Rule 4.2, which requires that if you have a hearing scheduled in a workers' compensation case, you have to upload all of your medical records to the Workers' Compensation Commission. You've got to disclose certain things in discovery, which evidently the other attorney had already sent her. But there are a lot of attorneys that just said, we cannot help you. It seems like it may have been a pretty decent case had these attorneys sat down long enough to actually get to know this woman. But in 30 minutes, I got to know her. I got to understand what happened to her. I got to understand how she was injured, how it affected her ability to work, and how it affected her ability to do any job. And I explained to her all the different things that she's entitled to. Plus, I gave her actual resources from the Workers' Compensation Commission that essentially tell her how to do everything that she's going to need to do in order to win her claim. So at the end of this 30 minutes, she actually started crying. Not sad tears like, I can't believe you won't represent me, now I'm upset kind of tears. Her tears were tears of joy that I actually spent the time to explain to her all the things that she needed to understand in order to represent herself at this hearing in case she can't find another attorney to do it. So if you are injured at work and you don't know what you're entitled to, you don't have to hire a lawyer right away. You can just talk to a lawyer. But if you talk to a lawyer, make sure you don't hire a lawyer who doesn't explain this stuff to you. There's so many lawyers out there who just take a case to make a fee. To go find a lawyer who cares enough about you to explain what you are and are not entitled to, and then to explain how you can and can't get it through the process of the Workers' Compensation Commission. So if you've been injured in a workplace accident, you can give us a call. We sit down, we do what we call free strategy sessions with folks. We will sit down and we'll give you an actual strategy for how to win your case, whether you hire us or not. If you hire us to represent you, good. We know what we're doing. This is what we do for a living, and we're pretty good at it. But if you choose not to hire us, and you choose to do it on your own, or you choose to hire another attorney, at least you are better equipped to go into court or go into your hearing in order to win. So we give everyone a strategy. If you want to give us a call, we're here and we're ready, willing, and able to help.